Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. This video idea, not something I've seen done before on YouTube, not something I've done on my channel yet, but it's kind of playing into that idea of when you really like something, you want one in every color. Kind of like with clothing, you know, you find that t-shirt that's the perfect fit and then you want to go out and buy all the other colors that it's available in. I'm kind of that way with makeup products. Sometimes when I find a formula that I love so much, it makes me want to try more and more from that certain line. So I thought it might be fun to focus in on some things recently where I have just gotten a couple and I'm really hooked. You know, I really want to try more. And guys, I am really making it my mission to come up with different kinds of video ideas, things that I just haven't seen over and over again on YouTube. I'm really trying to spend a lot of time brainstorming new ideas, just trying to keep things fresh and interesting here. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would love to have you as a subscriber if you haven't subscribed already. So a lot of times with videos, there's a certain product, there's a certain thing that like propels the whole idea forward. And for this, it is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Inks. These are the two shades that I have in this product, and I totally would love to have more because I think this is an awesome formula. It's giving me like that liquid lipstick idea in the sense that you're gonna apply it with the wand. It's super full coverage, full color all over the lips, but it's very thin and you don't feel that heaviness that a lot of liquid lipsticks tend to have. I don't feel as though a separate layer is kind of cracking and separating off from my lips as the day goes on. And the staying power with these, I've heard other people say it too, it's really good. Like I'll get to the tail end of the day and I'm having to use some sort of an oil-based remover to just get this stuff totally off my lips. That's not to say it couldn't fade a little bit, you know, it might fade a little from the center of my lips or whatever, but not much. I mean, this stuff is really kind of in it for the long haul, and it does have a matte finish, but it's comfortable. And I would say it's not maybe as comfortable and like cushiony feeling as those Bare Minerals Gen Nude liquid lipsticks, but you're also giving up something there because the staying power, like you wouldn't be able to kiss your baby on the cheek and it doesn't come off on them because it will transfer off just a little bit. These don't transfer off at all. They're very true to color. I haven't noticed either of these shades like getting deeper as I wear them, and that's a huge problem for me with liquid lipsticks. I hate when I put something on, it looks one way in the tube, and then like 15 minutes later I look at my lips and it's darkened like 5 or 6 shades. So these seem to be like exactly what you see is what you get. They last all day, they don't feel uncomfortable. You might feel the teeniest bit of tackiness after you put one of these on, but it is certainly the kind of thing where I could pick up and like reach for about any other shade that they have available and I would be happy with them. I have Pioneer, which is this beautiful red, and then Lover is this very wearable kind of mauvey pink shade. I think this is a great everyday color, so I love these so much. Another thing lip product wise that I absolutely adore, and you guys have heard me talk about these before, but they're the Revlon Ultra HD lip colors. These truly feel like lip balms. They're a great throw in your purse type product. They're a smaller, slim design lipstick, and I love that because it's so easy to just put them exactly where you want them to be, but they're so smooth, they're so comfortable, and I certainly wouldn't mind having some more shades, but this HD Sand is what I'm wearing in this video. I think it's the perfect, wonderful nude. There's HD Sand, there's HD Desert, which is a little bit like deeper and rosier, and then that's HD Vineyard, which is like a nice, soft, wearable berry type shade. So those might be my 3 like most frequently worn, most easy to wear type shades, but they have some really fun colors. I have sort of a violet shade that's really pretty also, and there are others that I know they have that I don't have that I would like to have. And this is something that I've talked about liking recently also. These new Maybelline Fit Me blushes. Well, they've made Fit Me blushes for a while, but I feel like what they've put out here in this kind of format where there's no brush included, it's just the product, I feel like these are better quality, better pigmentation, and I love the shade called Nude. I'm wearing Nude today. I also absolutely adore the color called Wine, and I've referred to this as like Snow White's blush. It's just the most beautiful, rosy. It makes me think of like when Belle's been playing outside and it's really hot and she comes in and she's all sweaty and hot and her cheeks are so rosy. This makes me think of the color her cheeks turn. So those are 2 like home runs. And then I went and I got the color called Plum, and this is like this dusty kind of soft matte shade. Nude, by the way, has just a little bit of sheen to it. Wine is just a very soft satiny finish, but Plum seems to be matte, and this one kind of disappointed me. I don't feel like it shows up as well on my skin, and it seems more like the way these blushes used to be. So because I'm weird and I kind of love trial and error, I still like want to try more from this line now that I feel like I've landed on maybe a little bit of a dud. It's like I want to try more so I can tell you guys which ones are good and bad. So in a weird way, that one shade that I wasn't nuts about got me kind of intrigued. So I do still want to try more of these blushes. I suspect many other shades would still be good, but I absolutely do love Nude and Wine. I've been talking about so much drugstore stuff in this video, but this is just a lot of what comes to mind when I think of the collect-em-all mentality, you know? But another thing that I think is great and would be so much fun to have in the different shades they produce are these Milani Everyday Eyes palettes. These are really amazing quality. They got some definite praise in my Emily Awards series, but I really love the way these are put together. They give you a nice mix of matte and shimmer, of dark and light. So it's a versatile yet small palette, and I think that makes it very user-friendly, very non-intimidating, and the quality of it, the formula that they've got going on in here is what really makes me want to try more and more. So I love this one called Earthy Elements. That's totally wonderful for those of us who like the warm eye looks. The one that I think no one can go wrong with is the Must-Have Naturals. This has your matte black, your taupes. It's just such a basic, easy palette to work with. And then the other one that I have here is called Smoky Essentials. This has a nice little pop of blue, some sort of grayish charcoal shades, so I think that's stunning as well, but I know they have more. I think there's a plummy one, they have a more colorful palette. I wish my local drugstore carried like the full gamut of all of these. On the high-end side of things, maybe a little bit wishful thinking here, like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to own every single Viseart palette? But truly, I love the quality of these shadows so much. They are above and beyond. They are so consistent. I love the different color schemes that they place into each of their palettes, and I feel like every time I get one of their palettes, I see it online and I think it looks pretty, or I research some swatches and I think, yeah, you know, that looks really good, but I get it home and I'm always even more impressed. Like, I'm always even more blown away by the way just the palette looks and the swatches look, and the way they apply is like a whole other story to talk about. Some of the ones I've been playing with the most lately, I love my Amethyst. They're just the best purple palette hands down of any purple eyeshadow palette there could be. I also love this other recent release, which is the Nuance palette, and that's very like rose gold. You can layer different shades and get the most beautiful rose gold effect, even though you don't at a glance see this and think rose gold. And then I've been using my Paris Nude palette a lot lately just for quick and easy looks. Some of these colors show up on the eyes with so much more depth than they might even appear to have, and I just love the little surprises like that. So yeah, if somebody dumped every Viseart palette in my lap, I would be in heaven. And I own a lot of palettes, actually. I was looking through my collection, I'm like, dang, I've accumulated a lot. But I think regardless of the color scheme, doesn't matter if it's matte or shimmer, if you handed me any of their palettes, I'm confident that they would be really good and I would be happy to own them all. Also, any kind of stick from Milk Makeup, I'm getting very, very interested in this line. And the ones that I have, like I've talked about the mini blur stick and the mini cooling water actually in my last video. I think these are really cool products, and in the full size, actually they're in my downstairs bathroom right now, but the matcha toner and the hydrating oil stick I've been using like every single night before bed, and I'm loving those too. So recently I was actually perusing the Sephora website thinking, oh, what about their highlighter sticks? Is there anything else that they make in a stick form that I need to get my hands on right now? While they're not all the same formula, obviously they're making different sticks with different purposes. Some are highlights, some are, you know, like primer type products. They all kind of have their own formula and their own thing, but I'm loving the convenience factor and the ease of all this kind of stuff, and I would definitely like to try more of what they make in sticks. Coming back to another drugstore item here, these Silkissime liners from L'Oreal. These are some of the softest, like most glide-on type liners you can find. Now, I don't feel like these have the most incredible staying power for me, but when I use them, I tend to use them for a very specific reason. I'll put them in my waterline and a lot of times like on my lower lash line, and then layer a powder shadow on top. Like that's exactly what I've done today. And I love the way these work like that. I think of these almost as creamy shadow sticks, but in a perfectly easy to control small pencil size, you know? I'm not really sure what other colorful shades are out there, but I would love to try them. They are the kind of liners you're gonna sharpen, but like I said, when you layer a powder over the top of these, the staying power really is quite good, and you can just amp up the look of those shadows that you pair with them. So guys, I think that's all I've got for now. That's all the things I could think of in terms of, I don't know, new-ish stuff that I've been trying, loving, and would just love to have in every shade. Collect them all. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I would love to hear in the comments section what products you feel that way about. about, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.